this is my review on Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, the show. Actually, the show's just called Jimmy Neutron, not Boy Genius. Because, look, in the movie, he's a genius, and the show, he's most of the time an idiot. Look, this is going to be a complete series review on the show. Although I like the show, it's nothing that deep or that character driven, or the characters go through changes. So I like the show. So I'm just glad that I'm doing a review, and it's something that I like. So. Although I have mixed feelings on it. I mean, everyone feels like they've gotten smarter since the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius the movie, except for, well, Jimmy. In fact, he's the one I think has gotten dumber a lot. And his inventions don't actually really work, unlike the movie. In fact, oftentimes the character would make dumb decisions, like dumb inventions, to make that completely useless or end up backfiring on him, or don't work, or do work only for a temporary amount of time. Then it will take 10 steps backwards and bite him in the ass, and he'll okay, the only two episodes I really like is when maybe because I feel like the character is not an idiot. And the third one I'm thinking about getting around to that, but I want to mainly talk about what for example, most of the episodes are like he's too lazy to pick up his own pants, so he makes this invention that pants will pick themselves up, and that's what at least 90% of the time are his inventions. And see, it works at first, but then eventually the pants that come off of him, and he gave it to his friend Sheen, Cindy, Carl, and do you think that's what the black one's called? Anyway, so the pants develop a mind of their own, and they come off of all the characters' bottoms and start running, wreaking havoc and doing stupid stuff. And pants would do if they could have actual life intelligence. Yeah, no joke, the pants are actually smarter than Jimmy. Anyway, yeah, the episode I like when for one of their characters has a birthday and Jimmy and Shane and Carl give her a birthday present and something goes wrong in the future and they travel to the future. She has become the sort of dictator and has created an empire, and the gift that they gave to her made it evil. I think her name's Mindy. Anyway, Shane thinks that she'll go easy on them because they're buds. So he says, she says, 400 years of hard labor. She said this black stereotype way in his evil villain way. And Julie says, how is that she will go easy on us? There he is, going for you, Shane. And he says, I'm beginning to rethink that. They run into their future self, and Jimmy has lost his passion for science after getting married to Mindy and Cindy, I mean. And he asked his old self, has being married to Cindy lost your passion for science? And you're right, science used to mean everything to me. So he did his brain blast and he called it brain bomb, and she comes up with this very smart idea, and sounds like Jimmy's back to his old self, and he's proud of his old self. Excuse me, it looks like you got your game back. And anyway, they come up with a solution to get back to the past and save the day, and all that's fun stuff. And another episode that I really like is Cindy and Jimmy get stuck on an island and they build this tropical paradise together, and their relationship grows together. And you see how much Jimmy and Cindy really love each other. That's the most you actually see them in the show. And anyway, Jimmy wants to go back and
Can you shut your door? Thanks, sweetie.
a please would be nice. Anyway, I'm a little pissed off because I can't remember where I was. Oh, never mind. I remember where I was. So yeah, the episode ends, and that's it. Okay, this is another episode that I actually end up liking a lot. It's the episodes though. I have mixed with them. Leaning towards really good. Oh, and this is another episode I remember. So I'll get to the, so there's another one when um, a Christmas special which I liked, and June believe there's no such thing as Santa Claus because he didn't got the one thing on his list. You know, he tried really hard to be good, and at the end, since after that Christmas he's been on his line list. Don't know why. It's very unclear. I guess because he doesn't believe in Santa Claus, has been trying to get everyone else to believe that there's no such thing as Santa Claus. Anyway, that's my guess. Best giveaway. Nihilus, another one. He's a pretty good kid, and so yeah, anyway, so not bad. The Christmas special, and it's definitely one of the better Jimmy Neutron specials. Sadly, they only made one Christmas special. I know because I've seen all episodes of the series. I definitely recommend watching this episode. Anyway, Jimmy comes up with a brilliant way to fix Christmas and gives the messages of Santa Claus and helps to deliver Christmas presents because Jimmy kind of fucked it up, but because he's a really good kid, he realizes when he's wrong about Christmas or when he's wrong about something, and he feels guilty, and because it's kind of his fault that he fixes it. Another episode when everyone, this is all of Jimmy's greatest villains, everyone's all full to think that they're gone good and want to help everyone to make their lives easier, but Jimmy doesn't really buy it because he feels like something's fishy, but then he ends up being right about it. And one thing like that, like they actually have the villain from the Jimmy Neutron movie return for this episode. So it's kind of like a straight sequel, follow-up. It plays like a straight-up follow-up to the Jimmy Neutron movie, and it feels like they put all of the effort into making this episode as good as they could. And wait, why do I just shut the door? She doesn't let me sit down. And this is my Hulk balloon. Hulk smash. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, that's me getting distracted. And there's another episode Jake is when Jimmy gets to be the hall monitor, and he goes kind of nuts with power and becomes like this Judge Dredd Perry, and he becomes really nuts. He goes completely nuts, and then his friends realize point out, take video of what he has been having. Gotta record everything, and Gotta backstabs him and points out what an ass he's become. And he realizes, holy shit, what have I become? That's become a good. So he tunes down being a homo, and that's the end of that episode. And another episode that really sticks out to me is this. Um, when he makes this invention to make himself dumb because no one likes him the way he is, so that kind of has a personal effect on how he's feeling felt in this episode, and he tries to change who he is, but at the end of the episode they realize they need Jimmy to save their skin, and they kind of miss the smart, annoying Jimmy. So so he gets his brain back and saves the day, and it's a nice episode. Let's see. Are there any other ones that stick on me? Oh yeah, there's the one when him and his friends go and shop when their friends become greedy. Faster than a. And Jimmy says the only way to find out the only way to save their life is to give up their greed, and he says we discovered something richer than being rich. Friendship, the power of friendship. Isn't that more precious? And surviving. And they all change their, they all go become angry more upon him. They go nuts. And this one when he the ones that I just they're two of them I hate when he shrinks to everyone by accident, and the shrink ray gets when he has to fix it, because what he does in this episode is so out of Jimmy's character. I can't recommend it, but I can see why someone else would like it, because it's still kind of fun to watch. And there's another one when he makes his grandmother a baby by accident, but there's this little sick fantasy when flashback when he made her magnetic, and he finds it funny when it actually looks very disturbing and kind of makes Jimmy seem like a very naughty kid. It comes off and tad bit unlikable, and I kind of do want to punch him for the way the fact that he remembers so clearly and laughed at it. Anyway, that's it for the ones I really hate. So those two. One I like, the one I really like that stands out to me, is the one when he makes some so addicting candy and makes everyone completely batshit insane for Jimmy's candy, and he decides to make the candy electrocutable until they break that addiction. And the one that doesn't break the addiction is Sheen, and to a point when he can't feel his face. And I love this when he did a Sherlock Holmes parody, and Jimmy Sherlock on the case of finding Sheen's missing Ultralord action figure, and he finds out that was the squirrels that took Ultralord's action figure after questioning everyone, including one which was pretty funny. Let's see. There are three more I like. One when he makes his own brother because he's lonely and he wants his own brother to play with, and to a point he gets annoyed with him and realizes the hot cruelty of being a big brother is getting also part of it, getting annoyed with your little brother. But he still loves him, but he just can't deal with him because everyone loves him more than him. So he shoots them to the space, him and his robot parents. And I like the episode, like, when they reunite again, and I can't remember, I'm not going to do a review on it because I having trouble remembering, but I really like the episode, and it's worth checking out. It's coming out, and this guy's, I think twice they did I can't remember the character's name, but he's pretty funny. He's basically a James Bond parody called Jet, and Jim becomes this, like, a sidekick to him, and they're very fun together, and just technically the best part of the episode, mainly because he's the most funny, entertaining of it, and they made a sequel episode when his greatest arch nemesis is he's now dating. She says to Jimmy that she really has changed her ways, and Jimmy eventually believes it until we find out that just been brainwashed and make him fall off, and then he finds out that he really does love her because she brainwashed him, and he's like, oh my king, I'll never find a girl like that. Wait for me. I'll wait for you to get out of the slammer. Call me, baby. Really funny. Oh, there was another one I forgot. He brings back Thomas Edison to one time, and Thomas falls in love with his teacher, and he doesn't want to go back to his time, but his theory starts to come true. Jimmy's theory is that because he's been in one time, doesn't want to go back, everything that involves technology starts to disappear, or starts to go completely off. So he comes up with this little mean idea. Gets kind of sneaky to break him and Miss Val out. It doesn't work because he gets attacked by a squirrel, and Miss Val eventually talks some sense into Thomas, and he says, "Time for me to go home." And he brings him back to the Yale, and that's how he became with that venture. He says, "Oh, face him, I just did this and this," and Thomas is alright for you. It's not that impressive, and that's how the ends in. Another one I kind of like when this brilliant man that him and his friends were looking for ends up completely batshit and insane, and wants to turn the entire world into algae and people, and I can't remember that much of the show. I'm still remembering it because my memory's still getting better, and my happy memories still getting out what I have of happy memories. And usually, so it's definitely worth checking out. Another one with Sam because Miss Val talks about this student that was good, but he very brilliant, but could never finish anything. And then Jim runs into him when he's in a thing, and he figured out how to outsmart him because he never put in a bathroom, so he didn't feel like he really finished it. And wonder, like, wait, if you never finish anything, how did you manage to finish that skeleton, that metal exoskeleton? I didn't finish it. I never put it in a bathroom. And he basically defeats him through the power that he can't go to the D and find a bathroom. And can't go into the bathroom, so that was how he beats him. And there's no one I kind of like, I have mixed feelings about this episode. It leads to this other episode which I talked about, is when Jimmy gets a job at this ice cream place and gets it, and he's treated like he's just treated like should have been just the most shittiest job for the place. And he kind of gets promoted when he actually really high-techs up it's not, this is a burger place. And then it gets a mind of his own and goes kind of out 91,000 on everyone. If you don't know what that means, you've seen 2001 Space Odyssey. Basically, the AI gets evil and mad with power and realizes it's smarter than everyone. And Jimmy fixes it, but he gets fired. And it's another one when he's actually helping his friend Carl having nightmares, and he goes in Carl's dream. And finds out what's scaring Carl is a superline being that actually is a bit of a cannibal. So anyway, he fixes it, and basically, all ends well. And in the dream, when Carl's asleep, he dreams that he has the brain